And welcome back, my friends, to another exciting episode of The Mistaken, as this group of wannabe adventurers continue their journey through my lands of Barovia, as they try to break the curse that is Strahd. On the last exciting installment, the party journeyed to the werewolf cave, avoiding encounters and managing to speak to Vasily without alerting the others. Vasily then introduced them to another member of the werewolf clan, whose name has temporarily slipped my mind. Zuleika Toranescu, who had a particular set of reasons for wanting to get rid of the current leader, Kirill Stoyanovich. The party decided to deal with this by setting a trap and turning what should have been Kirill's ambush into an ambush of their own. It was a very dangerous encounter where at points it seemed like perhaps the party might fall. But they were managed to be successful and have managed to get the head of Kirill and defeated many of his followers, including some dire wolves which I lent him. Yet another thing I shall have to pay the party back for. But for now, we will not focus on the past, but on the present and see what the party do next.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
I imagine it's a few minutes before Aster literally comes back with the transformed werewolf head on one hip and Kirill's head on the other.
Well, you don't look okay.
Fuck. Ow. Oh, thank you.
Octavian, get your... over here.
I got a couple good berries.
All over. And
Rolling.
he will sort of literally step on this one as he goes over him.
Squish.
Pop.
Pop.
Pop goes the werewolf.
Oh no. This is too funny right now.
Thank you. Clear my exhaustion.
Do we intend
did
to
that for
hunt the one
Katia as
who
well,
ran?
Yes.
Yep, we did.
I have some heat left.
Misha, are you okay?
Yes. Wait,
There will
is
be
this
no
wrong
need to
or one?
hunt the stragglers.
Oh, it is the right one, never mind.
Who was
Is that
that?
Greed? Oh, Vasily.
Vasily walks down, his meteor hammer coated in fresh blood.
Oh, he got him!
Oh, he got him!
I'll pop first.
Thank you. Thank you, Misha. Thank you, Octavian.
I think that was what Misha's healing. I have 2 spell slots left. I'll heal one on Katia and one on Aster.
I can always punch you better if you need.
There's that one.
I really mean that. Yep.
Oh, is it
And
working?
there's that one.
So Vasily will walk over and will, assuming this is set up properly,
Over.
yeah, actually just set this up properly for the future.
Didn't I? It's only going to give me a first level spell slot.
I managed to get that right.
Katia will check in on Gree and make sure he's okay with injuries and stuff.
There you go. He punched you, Petter.
Oh my god.
Was he
didn't
like
know
a
you.
monk?
He...
Holy shit!
I should have been aware of that. Like, sort of thinking, like, delving into Dahlia's memories to think about Vasily's techniques for a moment before thinking, like, nodding.
Yes. I dealt with a few that were planning to ambush you as well.
Thank you for that.
Fortunately, I don't necessarily have to worry too much about the healing side of things. One of the perks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So-
yes.
Do you think the pack will listen to you and Zuleika now? Are there any
Well,
other...
with the only possible person who might raise quarrel would be Kirill's mate, but even they shouldn't be foolish enough. Our numbers have been sufficiently thinned that any fight would be a detriment to both sides.
Should head back to the den. Do you think the amount of wolfish, the amount of tainted blood within my system is enough for the pack to recognize me as one?
It's a possibility, though they are quite sensitive to scent, and you don't quite smell like one of us, but perhaps close enough for some. But as you said, let us head back to the den. There shouldn't be much cause for any issues on the way.
Okay.
Just checking that. I've still got you on this map.
Their pawn has fallen.
Yes.
What do you think? You think we took a knight, a rook, or a bishop? Or just a pawn?
Oh, you mean from his henchman?
Hard to say at this point.
It's hard to imagine anyone being more valuable than a pawn for him. Or in his eyes.
He would sacrifice a rook if it would ensure his victory. He'd sacrifice his queen if it would ensure his victory.
Who's to say it's not her idea, though?
Oh, either way, we're not going to get much done while we're here.
We should be wary with his mate.
Well, if push comes to shove, we've got silver.
That is one of the few edges that non-lichens have. Our healing can be quite a problem.
Yes. Either silver or do enough damage that you can't out-heal it.
Yes, but even then, even if you bring us down entirely, if we're not damaged by the right material, we can still potentially come back. But
It's good to know.
yes. Let us head back towards the den.
Out of curiosity, because this is Octavian sort of asking, what would constitute as needing enough damage with silver to work?
Any damage with silver will prevent our healing for a short time.
So if you swallowed a silver coin...
That... You raise a valid question there, that unless we're physically damaged by the silver, like the mere touching it isn't necessarily a problem, though we'd prefer not to.
Of course.
But if you were to slice us with a silvered weapon and even do a small pinprick of damage, that would prevent our healing for a short while. And if that effect is in play when we're dying, then that will be our death. But if we don't have that damage done to us, then we can still come back even if we seem like corpses.
Good to know. Thank you for the information.
I presume, looking at it, knowing Vasily, his meteor hammer is definitely silver.
Yeah.
It actually is.
Yeah. This one I kept hidden from the pack out in the woods, but I thought if I was coming to offer assistance that this would be useful.
Better to have and not need than need and not have.
They may very well have needed it.
Yes. And as you're walking back among the woods, you would notice the corpses of various werewolves in various states of being destroyed via blunt impact.
Mm-hmm.
Vasily is seemingly quite skilled.
And aggressive.
Your family's training is always immaculate.
That it certainly has its edges, and with the additional strength provided by my transformation and the other traits it provides, it can be quite a deadly combination. I suppose it's similar to what some in the research division have said, in that sometimes to hunt a monster you need a monster. Never really understood that until recently. Oh.
If I may,
Yeah.
I don't want to intrude on something personal, but what? You weren't always a wolf.
No.
And I'll admit, Misha has neglected to really share a lot of information about what happened to you.
Well, Misha doesn't really know. That would be why.
what
Before Vasily left, he was still full-on human. He went on a mission to, I believe the mission was to exterminate a den of wolves. Did I get
Yes, a
that
den
right?
of
But instead
a
you
den
joined
of
them.
werewolves. Yes.
And he never
Instead,
returned.
yes, that was for me about 4 years ago.
This took you as well.
Hmm. I
Have you-
followed some of their tracks into the woods and ended up here, unable to get back.
Have you tried to return home to Argynvost?
Well, that's the thing. Even for me, when I got here, Argynvost was in ruins. It seems like it's been a long time since it's been my home.
Do you know what happened to your parents?
I'm aware.
That your
Tyrrell
father...
was often one to throw it in our faces.
Your mother?
Might be odd, a consideration. But Strahd mentioned, and your mother mentioned, Misha, that she had made a deal to save you both. It's quite possible they mistook you for that reason.
Possibility. Though it might also be why the werewolves allowed me to live rather than consuming me, after all.
It was odd. When I knew Sylvia, I didn't even know she had children.
Hmm?
She never mentioned you two.
Nadia.
Not Sylvia?
Nadia.
No.
No. Was it Natasha? Fuck.
Let me look at my Ravenloft brides
I thought it
thing.
was Sylvia.
No, it was Nadia.
Nadia.
There's,
Okay.
There's also a Sasha.
Well,
Yeah.
Sasha's the
The Vistani one.
girl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just got the name wrong. My bad. Nadia. When I knew Nadia, she never mentioned that she had children.
Oh, well, to be fair, when I still lived there, she wouldn't mention me to anyone at all.
Hmm.
When
Imagine if Misha hadn't snuck out that night. It's quite possible we may have found his corpse still locked in that room.
what was odd to me the most, the thing that struck me odd the most was her reaction to Misha. From what I understand, you haven't seen her in a long time. 200 something, you said? Potentially?
From her
yes.
perspective, certainly.
And yet when she saw you, it was like you never left. It was casual. It was barely even acknowledgement.
Oh.
Well, even then, before this, when I last saw her, should have been about 10 years ago, from my perspective.
I would think a mother reuniting with her child that she believed to be dead wouldn't warrant that reaction unless she knew. Right?
Didn't
For our
care.
mother and from our mother and father's perspective, once Misha's curse came into effect, they didn't have another son. I was their only child.
That's awful.
The fact they acknowledged you at all, Misha, is surprising. Maybe they've mellowed over the past few centuries.
But I would think after 300 years, it would be at least a reaction of, you're alive. Not even, right?
Oh, your father was a right piece of work.
I can only imagine the disappointed in their face or in their hearts when they realized I'm still alive.
Exactly. I mean, when you find a empty wrapper beneath the bed that has been lost for a while, you don't really see joy at being reunited with it. And even that is probably a higher grade than what they saw you as, Misha. No offense meant.
Katia will reach forward, not forward, but kind of to the side, and she'll just kind of take Misha's hand.
Me
But it does seem
changing
like
to this is their biggest shame. And they've locked me away for this. To hope I'd finish.
But it looks like you found at least one who treasures you. Other than me, of course.
Oh, I got new family now.
Yes, I think this is a case where the old phrase blood is thicker than water needs to return back to its original sentiment.
It was just jarring to see. Especially with my father.
Not everything is like the storybooks, unfortunately.
My father was overjoyed to see me.
Well, when you think about it, I'm old enough to be all your parents.
I was doomed to kill the one person who I could have considered a parent.
But Tim's going to
Now-
reach over and sort of just ruffle, ruffle,
I got my mother killed.
brain work, please. Sorry, I'm having a
Aster?
no, Misha. Sorry, I was having a real brain moment where you know it, your brain knows it, it just doesn't want to say it. Yeah, I'll just sort of reach over and just sort of ruffle Misha's hair. Just no.
Also, there's
He's
no
being really
malice.
condescending and patronizing it, but there's no malice to it.
There's no malice when Aster says I was forced to kill the person I considered a parent, because he considers it firmly something that had to be done. There's not even like a like guilt or shame really about that like decision.
Yeah.
Katia says she got her mother and killed. Oh yeah, the shame is surface level.
I don't know if your mother is even.
Your mother isn't dead that we know of, right?
I'm talking about Mother Superior.
That was strong.
I know, because Aster's in the weird other folder, that's why. Keeps throwing me off.
I don't
Aster's
have a
here.
relationship with Theodosia. She might have given birth to me, but she's not really my mother. I only saw the Mother Superior as my mother.
Vasily, would presenting the head of Carol be enough to get through the front doors without harm, considering I'm not going to be drawing weapons?
It should be more than enough to get past the twins.
And then Aster will step forward, holding up the head of Kirill with I'll just calmly go. We're here to parley. We brought down the child killer.
The two of them
Katia.
look to each other and then will speak in complete unison, which I don't have an effect to do.
Mhm.
It seems you have been successful. Your plans have been borne fruit, Vasily. Welcome to our den. Please come in. Zuleika is expecting you.
Give them a courteous bow before I continue forward.
What? Zuleika already informed you of this?
You will see when you speak to her.
Oh wait, are we? Oh, there we are.
Yeah, you'll be outside.
I thought
Katia
we
would've
were
stopped.
to the
Katia would have stopped holding Misha's hand at this point.
yeah.
The
Okay.
long strider and my application of Hunter's Mark, because I think it would have been an hour.
Yeah, they probably would be gone. As would other effects of that nature. So Channel Divinity's gone. Death Ward would still be up. There's two Mishas now? Why have we got two
Yes.
Mishas?
Not just two Mishas.
There's we are still at the top of the map as well.
I couldn't see you up there when I looked.
It's because we're at 100 feet up. That might be a
Yeah, but
thing.
I've gone 100 feet up and I can't see you.
Hey,
Ah,
there's
there you
3
are.
of each.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove the ones from up the top. I bet these are... I hate sometimes when you paste tokens on because it does weird stuff. Alright, now there should only be one of you. I'm gonna remove this one because this one should be the one that you're using, and I've set the others to follow.
Okay.
Wover will wait outside, I guess, unless you want Wover to come with you.
Oh, Wolfer can join us.
Well,
Big wolf.
he's probably the only thing that's keeping them back from just launching at us. It's just another big dog.
And Kirill's head
All
on the
hail the conquering heroes. Do 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 do.
What?
That's the sound of this guy. He's singing badly and playing his flute badly.
I will give him a equally bad clap because I'm not good with music.
They're back. They're back. They killed Kirill dead, and now they're going to present his head. How will Mother Night take it? I hope they haven't tried to fake it. Do.
Dear Mother Night, please don't let me fuck this up.
Mm-hmm.
Please be on our side.
Do.
Keeps killing kids. What are we supposed to do? I don't know. Anyway, talk to you later. I'm sorry.
I'm stuck in a wall.
As she's like walking, just claps her hands together to start praying like that. Like it's a phone call.
You see a
Amen.
white werewolf looking at the group with a slight glare as they walk in. But they don't say anything. It had to be done, Bianca, you know that.
Oh.
I think we've heard the name Bianca before.
That's the mate.
Yeah, that's the mate.
Okay.
Yeah. She is white furred, so the art doesn't show up.
Pretty.
Aster just sort of gives her a basically the nod of like, I didn't have a choice in the matter.
Survival of the fittest. He was not fit to rule, it seems. That does not mean I'm happy about it. Then they just return to their side cave.
I give her a sort of like a nod of like respect before she turns. It's to the right
Would
here.
Katia
What is
know
it?
that wolves they mate
It's
for
over
life,
here.
sort of thing?
Aster,
Possibly. Yeah, and here you would see when Sentia playing with little baby Kellen. Adorable that they are.
Aww.
I mean, just look.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
Aww.
Rubik's nose.
He is just so cute.
It could bite you.
Worth it.
With the little figure of
Mhm.
Misha next to them.
Boop the snoot.
this way to the chamber with
Welcome,
here?
brave adventurers. I would assume that your return... Well, I know you were successful. I have been informed.
I will undo Kellen's head from my waistband and sit it on the ground and go.
No. Kellen is the
Not
pup.
Kellen.
He's the big child.
If
the,
you take Kellen's head, you are
No.
dead meat.
Kellic. I don't.
Kirill.
My brain. Kirill's head from
Kirill.
my waistband, and set it down and just go. It's the duty. He broke the line.
Then your reward is these children's lives. Feel free to release them and take them wherever you wish. None of the clan will stop you. Mother Night will ensure of that.
I did want to speak to you, Zuleika. Perhaps with the clan in such a state, it may be worth considering seeing if the cities would ally with you. Living out of the wilderness only makes you exploitable by him.
You raise a valid point, but I won't abandon these caves until I know for certain whether my mate is alive or dead.
That's understood.
But I will speak to the others in case any of them wish to travel that way. Though we know there is a great darkness that hangs over both Valaki and Kresk still.
We have allies in both places.
We may instead ally with those of the air instead of those of the land.
The daughters of the night. The other werewolf men. They are no more.
But pieces of them still remain, though they were never truly a threat. And were where we sent those that, even after necessarily completing the trials, or even before we started the trials, were not strong enough to truly survive in the wild as one of us.
Would you be willing at least to come speak to our ally. We may be able to find your mate if you know where he was.
If he is anywhere, he is in the castle.
Hmm.
I have faith that he is still alive. But perhaps it is a fool's hope.
When was the last time you saw him?
A while ago now. Before Kirill took full control with the direwolves from... They seem to mull it over, trying to work out
I believe
the
those wolves are
timing.
gone now.
I believe that Kirill gave your mate in return for that power.
For power.
But he may very yet live.
Yes. And now we have potentially put a target on all our backs.
He already had targets, Miss Zuleika.
Yes, but now we have raised the red rag to the bull. It might be your advice is good. I will travel with you to speak to the townsfolk. The wolves would at least make us somewhat safe, and we could make their hunting more efficient.
As well as you may have a better chance if any of the townsfolk were to volunteer. You may be able to expand the pack while strengthening the townsfolk as well. Perhaps
an interesting thought.
it is the way of the hunters to use and have the assistance of those that volunteer. There's always those that are willing to put their lives on the line for the sake of that which they want to protect. There were lichens among the research division. It's not in...
What? Whilst this conversation is going on, Vasily has gone behind this large statue and shifted into their wolf form or their werewolf form and begun digging into the ground.
Essentially, Aster's like telling Zuleika like the old ways of the research division to like they would welcome those that the main division didn't, and that sort of like interesting relationship of essentially like filling Zuleika in on the possibility that a true accord could be struck with the townsfolk.
Yeah, we will certainly try. Perhaps bringing the children back might be, well, somewhat of a bargaining chip.
It would be the first step.
Carol's head. I'm willing fully to allow you to take the credit and say that the rest of your pack did it for the sake.
We will do what we can. The pack is severely weakened now. There is, in fact, with the exception of old... brain is blanking on his name. Old Skennis, I don't actually think, and young Helen. I don't think there is a single male member of our pack left. Our numbers are severely dwindled.
Why does the alpha have to be male?
It's not necessarily that, it's just you can't really continue a bloodline without males.
You guys suck so fucking
James
hard.
is
Oh
too
my god.
old and Kellen far too young. And the other would
What
be
about-
Vasily. Vasily comes back covered in dirt and shifts back to their regular form.
It is a difficult prospect.
Yes.
But we will, for sure, try to find a way to save your mate. That is a promise I can make.
I appreciate that. And if you do, then I'm sure Mother Knight's blessings would shine upon you.
Is there, if we find him, is there some way we can make them know that we have your trust and that he can trust us?
May consider this.
Do you have something that maybe has your scent on it?
That
is
probably
stolen.
wouldn't exactly